Young rich nigga with the robbers and the trappers. Riding through the hood, popping willies on the rappers. Cash rules, everything around me, no hype. Pussy pack Patron and love to shoot dice. Right hand man ain't a nigga shit dice. And I kill anything about on sight.
Hey! Woo! Crossing down high, moving track.
Huh? Big Benji in this motherfucker, man. Hey!
Crossing down high, moving traffic. Dirty diamonds, dirty dancing. I'm done with giving dirty bitches chances. Lately I've been kinda eating fancy. You broke and I spend that shit no offenses. Fuck rap friends, all you niggas faggots. TBE bitch, that's the gang. We don't fuck with lanes, no you can't hang. Crossing God high, move the traffic. Dirty diamonds, dirty dancing. I'm done with giving dirty bitches chances. Lately I've been kinda eating fancy. You broke and I spend that shit no offenses. Fuck rap friends, all you niggas faggots. TBE bitch, that's the gang. We don't fuck with lanes, no you can't hang.
Commas. Hundreds on hundreds, ball like the thunder. I can't see that bullshit like C1. First time sipping lane, that shit took me under. She short and thick just like Sakana. She got hellish swag, kinda Kiana. She a pretty little petite bitch like Tiana. Bad girl just like Rihanna. Plus, I come from the city of drama with niggas out here that try to rob your mama. Shout out to mama to get her a llama. My glizzy Jordan shoe and shot like a jumper. Keep niggas on, trying to Rick Ross me today that he aimed at me, that's when he lost. First of all, to be the ball, shit cost. Doing everything, boy, but it cost. When I came home, got the key to the city. Blue sheets on her ass on her titty. She know I'm a dog and la mama a kitty. They keep on comparing us to Cassie and did. Yeah. Lord, you gang, nigga. Lord, you gang. Gang. What up, bitch? No. Hey, Run to the money, nigga, get a bag. Man, my niggas ball like the Jazz, but never in Fila, I do it for swag. Her acting bougie, so I gripped on her ass. Grand coupe, got a digital dash, and for the record, more I'm worth some cash. Stage down, paper came fast, but niggas know I keep my damn ass. Hop out the coupe like the Jack in the Box. Fiji water, ain't no dead pot. Don't jump in that water, you bound to drown. I'm a killer wheel, that ain't what killer shots. Moving pounds, be the talk of the town. Dudes turrets, yeah, we holding it down. So press on the fifth, so it won't make a sound. Wish my nigga Lil Fleet was around. Straight out the mug, get it in blood. Only thing a nigga taking is slugs. Real respect that ain't connected with plugs. And them niggas always showing love. Redstone, tip the way that shaft. Back in this bitch like I never left. Fucked a lot of bitches down in West. I smell it look like I be busting checks. Quick starter, foreign coops in the neighborhood. Love the neighborhood like Mr. Rogers. Roger that. Shout out to my men that robbed the trap.
Real topics, real fun, real life. The real spill, the real spill. Welcome to The Real Spill. Good evening, you guys. Welcome to The Real Spill with Miss China and my DJ Jada Rillis. We appreciate you for tuning in and supporting us each and every Saturday from 6 to 8. We getting started a little late today, but as long as you plugged in and tuned in with us, we're going to get through the show. Yes. We have a very special show today. I want to tap into, well, it is a special show because we got to figure out and get some solutions and figure out what's going on in my city. So this is very personal for me because I don't just I don't just shout out family members, because this has just been a long time that it would hit me like this. Then I just lost my little cousin, but I shout out and I feel the pain of every mom, every sister, every cousin that loses a loved one in our city. And it's really disturbing. If you don't know, right now there has been 146 murders, okay? 146 homicides in Washington, D.C. to date right now, and we got to do something about it. We got to say all these young men's names so we don't have no mothers feeling the pain that's been going on lately in our city, okay? So I'm doing this show for Lamont Johnson, Thomas Johnson, Shaquille Simmons, Kevin Better, and the young 15-year-old McNair that was stabbed on a metro train. So I'm going to feature a couple of DMV artists that may have lost their lives to homicide music today. And my special guest will be Michael D'Angelo. You guys, he'll be here shortly and sometime to discuss how he feel on his take on violence and his walk for Philadelphia and the murder of his niece, and his take on solutions, what we could do to curb this violence. All right, stay tuned right with us. Appreciate you. Remember, this is the real spill, so I'm going to be nothing but real, and we spilling it real, raw, and uncut. Yeah. All right, so stay tuned. The first track that I'm going to play you guys is my little cousin, El Senor. Rest in peace, Lamont Johnson. If you follow me on Facebook and my social media pages, as you see that I put up a poster today because it's a $25,000 reward, and I'm tired of this close your mouth type thing, because families need to not be losing family members, and we're gonna get into it, and police need everybody else to help do their jobs as well. Okay, so with that being said, I'm getting ready to play intro by my little cuz Lamont Johnson, and we be back with the real spill, you guys. Stay tuned.
What up, bitch?
What's mine so low?
To the money, nigga, get a bag. Man, my niggas ball like the Jazz, but never in feel I do it for swag. So I actin' bougie, so I gripped on the rags. Grand coupe, got a digital dash, and for the record, more on worth some cash. Stage down, paper came fast, but niggas know I keep my damn ass. Hop out the coupe like the Jack in the Box. Fiji water, ain't no dead pot. Don't jump in that water, you bound to drown. I'm a killer whale, that ain't what killer shots. Moving pounds, be the talk of the town. Dudes turrets, yeah, we holding it down. So press on the fifth, so it won't make a sound. Wish my nigga Lord Fleet was around. Straight out the mug, get in blood. Only thing a nigga taking is slugs. Real respect that ain't connected with plugs. And them niggas always showing love. Redstone tipped the way that chef. Back in this bitch like I never left. Fucked a lot of bitches down in West. I smell it look like I be busting checks. Push the starter, foreign coops in the neighborhood. Love the neighborhood like Mr. Rogers. Roger that. Shout out to my men that robbed the trap. These niggas pussy like Tom the Cat. I swear on my block we don't lie no rats. I knew back when my gun was holding caps. We was the murder cat. I live out of coke, cause this shit is fact. Ain't no secrets, your ass can get murdered, Jack. Bitch, you know I'm a deuce in the second lap. Got my nigga V with me, that's rocks on racks. They say we be scamming, where they do that? Damn, I wish I can bring double back. Drama City, I put my heart in the streets, baby, before I heard Lucci call me, she wish me well. Mo, I ain't ducking no beef. If he wants some work, then I serve him like clientele. Straight from the valley of the beach, 20 seconds off, he's 408, where that shit get real. Mission to eat, trying to get a deal. But forever, I'm floating my Glock scale. I can never be good to your fucking tail. In the city, my name ring just like some bills. Haven't sip, but I swear I be giving ill. The reason your bitch always screaming ills. Grind with a purpose, I make it double, just like a two-handed dribble. Yeah, niggas calling plays, feel like Tom Brady. How I be flying that missile. Life on the line, no some man that'll kill you. I'm one of them counts, so I ride with my pistol. Niggas be bluffing like they get their issue or murder. I don't use my fingers to tissue. Slime, niggas be lying. Drama City where them killers be dying. Can't waste no time, with patience is fine. Type of nigga, take your bitch, make her mine. Shit can get ruthless, thank me for trying, that's gon' be his exit. If you show me a sign, I let slip from west to take a chunk out his spine. Body found the pieces like he stepped on the mine. Drama City, this is the mixtape, niggas coming live. Boy, you bitch ass niggas, open your ears. Mike James on the beat, Loyal Gang TBE, rest in peace the fucking big bitch, nigga. You know what's going on.
immaculate. Diamonds for Barbies and furs, I got the shit. Just landed to Switzerland to pick up my bitch and go fuck up some Benjamins. I got more cheese than some mozzarella. Got gold trimmed on my propeller. In my helicopter smoking hella ganja. Louis Gucci Prada stunting even harder. Got the windows tinted, but I see all haters. Know they sick, I see it in their faces. See the hatred in them bitches' faces, so I keep it short and get no conversation. I'm a nigga's temptation. Sex with me is so amazing. Now this bitch investigating. She a PI in the making. Got your nigga tiptoeing on my Marvel flow. He ain't gotta go home, but he gotta go. Unless you come in with the when I spit, bitches they crumble like shit. Black and white diamonds like all segregation. They hating cause I'm the one running this shit. Take a vacay for a minute, I'm back and I'm winning. And still I don't see competition, that shit non-existent. But don't need me beat, I'm ripping. I'm the reason bitches spitting, you gotta be kidding. What the fuck is y'all sipping? Other bitches for a living, it's London Dior. Counting money when I'm bored, and mentions of course. Let the suicide doors, Lamborghini or the Porsche. It don't matter what it costs. Nigga, I'm a boss. Nigga, I'm a boss. I spin it, no matter the cost. I buy the more, it don't matter the cost. See, that's what you get when you fuck with a boss.
Y'all the ones that I do this shit for. Y'all the ones that I do this shit for. Made a name, I had to kick in that door. By myself, I had to kick in that door. Fuck, they don't love me no more. The fuck, they don't love me no more. Made a name, I had to kick in that door. Whole city know I kicked in that door. Whole city know I kicked in that door. Remember nights I used to sleep on the floor. In the kitchen, work the pot till I'm sore. In the trap, don't speak about nothing you saw. I ain't rich, but I know I ain't poor. Niggas hating, that's a broke nigga sport. Went to sleep, I had a dream about the sports. Woke up, had to ride the bike to the store. If I go broke, it's back to selling that torch. Turn the fuck up, I stay lit like a torch. Late night, shooting dice on the coach. Flip the money, I ain't coming up short. Summertime, I got it tucked in my shorts. Keep a hammer like the judge in the court. Fuck these niggas, my heart cold as I'm north. Young nigga got a lot on my foot. Smoke so much, sometimes it fuck up my thoughts. Smoking heavy, smoking strong like a horse. Might just eat the pussy up when I'm hoarse. Master Yoda, I'm the man with the force. Ooh, I done found a bitch with that torch. Ooh, all these bad bitches adore me. Fuck that bitch with some more. I don't care about no Instagram followers. Most these niggas hating and they some followers. Most these bitches bougie and they some swallowers. Worry about me, get your dollars up. Real niggas still pop out collars up. Getting money, so now they want target us. Don't test me, you know you ain't smart as us. Call up Swift with the 50 demolishers. Pockets filled up with one that they fatty. Throw that money in her face like confetti. Kevin Hart, I don't think that bitch was ready. Straight out the trenches, my young niggas ready. Run up on me, turn your shit to spaghetti. Smoking Keisha like the bitch off a belly. Take my shirt off, I might flex like I'm Nelly. Whip out and piss on the bitch like I'm Kelly. Pop me a pill, I'm gon' roll like I'm Kelly. Sippin' on lean, it go straight to my belly. Cold on the block, but gon' get you a heli. I want that bread like peanut butter jelly. That's a call on my celly. Hating on me, but you ain't even met me. Flex on bitches, probably why they gon' sweat me. Like a chain, she gon' neck me. Pockets full of grain, I'm healthy. Your pockets broke, they screaming help me. But how the fuck I'm supposed to help you? You should piss on work like you Beirut. I just play with words like I'm Dr. Seuss. Call your bitch, she blow me like a flu. Millie came through, 20 came through. We ran a training with you. I'm sick, little bitch got the flu. Get out my whip, you's a fool. I got the deuce in my boot. Hey, you need a burger for who? Hey, everything on me is new. Hundreds, they on me, they blue. I could give a fuck about you, but that's just some shit I don't do. Y'all the ones that I do this shit for. Y'all the ones that I do this shit
shit for. Made a name, I had to kick in that door. By myself, I had to kick in that door. Fuck, they don't love me no more. The fuck, they don't love me no more. Made a name, I had to kick in that door. Whole city know I kicked in that door.
Jake the realest.
Thank you so much, y'all. That's why I love my face. Shout out to all my Facebook family, man. Thank y'all so much. So we talking about we talking our real tea is if you all do not know, I was letting you all know that there has been 146 homicides in Washington D.C. as to date. And my question to you, my co-host, and Jay, is do you all know what's going on in our city with our young people?
Well, of course, for me, this is Miss Mika, the person that gives all the inspiration all the time. But right now, it breaks my heart to hear that number. And sometimes, you want to be that person who doesn't really focus on the news and don't want to focus on negativity, but when you put it out there, it's real. It makes it so real, and it breaks my heart to know that a lot of our young people are dying, and they're dying without a cause. Like, this is just senseless violence.
Correct.
And sometimes people like me, I'm a mother of adult children, I have survivor's remorse because I feel bad for the mothers who have to bury their children, and a lot of times it's hard for me to even think of something to say for them because I break down and have a lot of remorse for those who are facing this type of senseless violence.
Well, the numbers is kind of, they're close, the ages of the young men that we're losing is, close to our young men ages, and that's what I think about, all the time, as far as you fine, and as far as the parents, what do you tell a mom? I'll be putting myself in that situation, and only because right now, my cousin, has just experienced the violence. It's hit our family, and every day, most days, she's not the same. She's crying and she's weeping. And as far and the rest of the moms that is experienced that, I just want to know what's the first thing start the first solution or suggestion that we can start to try to curb the violence. Hold on, you guys. Y'all hold that answer.
Okay. Test it.
Well, okay. Well, the first thing I can think of is, I try to give a word of encouragement, and I try to make sure that even though I haven't been there, you want to sit in trying to see? Even though I haven't been there, it's a reason for all of this. It gotta be a reason for all of this. There gotta be the next Martin Luther King that's gonna rise up from this, or the next Malcolm X, or even Obama, somebody that's trying to rise up from this. There's gotta be a reason from this. We can't let all this go on and there not be something behind this. It can't be something great that has to rise up with this.
I agree with you. I've done, this is not a credential thing, I've done 3 Stop the Violence rallies, and there are young people out here, I'm talking teenagers, who are about stopping the violence, but it has to start with home. Like, everybody hears this experience, it does start with home. Mothers and fathers have to continue to show continuity and discipline the kids, but then it starts with a teenager. When a teenager becomes a certain age, they're trying to figure out who they are. I got teenage kids in my life, trust me. I got my boys, I got a daughter, and I'm telling you, they in high school. Trust me, they like to be confined to their rooms. It's the information you give them. You got to give them some type of foundation. When I was growing up back in the 90s, I'm 39 now. In the 90s, I was 16, going to high school. It was tough back then too, but my dad now gave us a foundation. My dad took us to church and we got a foundation. You know what I'm saying? That the days we living in now is very extreme. So the parents, this is my thing now. Don't misinterpret what I'm about to say. We got to be extreme too. You know how they say turn up the heat if it get hot. Turn up the heat. You got to turn up the heat right with the competition you with.
Right.
You don't got to go left field or go try to cheat or try to shortcut. What you got to do is just get it go a little harder.
What would you say to the group of young men who don't have any inspiration? They don't have anything to do once they finish high school and they're like, okay, I've accomplished this. Now what? You know, nobody's really taught me how to be in the world or what to do on an everyday basis or how to get up and look for a job. What would you say to them?
One thing, before I answer that question, I'm going to say this. Our black men are very institutionalized. It's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know about. You know how different other races talk about ADHD, ADD, and stuff like that. Our African American men have the same type of situation. They need that, guys. They need that direction. And the only thing I'm going to say is this. To our young black men who don't have that guidance, get with somebody who is positive, even though real positive. Get with somebody, you know, you got the they call them little, you know, whack friends, or little dorky friends, you want to call them. Oh, he real champ right now. You know they use the word champ, whatever Bammers you want to call them. You got to get with somebody who is that outside, you know, not into that other realm. You got to get.
Where are we gonna find that at? You know,
they have centers, they have help, social media. Now the question is, how we going? That's something we got to really look at. It takes someone. They're out here. Come to the rallies. Okay, come to the rallies. Come to peace rallies. Find something on social media. They can take their time, look at everything else. Look at fights, all that stuff. It's the same type of stuff. Social media is the new gateway to help. And a lot of people understand that. If you can go online, look for something online for the next biggest shoe or the next event you want to go to turn up at, look for that same social media site to find what the next peace rally is. I'm going to continue on. I'm going to let Miss China get her seat. So give me a quick minute, y'all.
All right.
Yeah. This one right here. Okay. Let me finish what I was saying. So they're out there. The centers are out there. Yeah. They have to find you gotta dig and search for. Just like they say you gotta go get that job, you gotta dig out there and search. Now, is it up to us as parents? Yeah. The adults who've been in the game for a minute, yeah, we gotta help them. We still gotta be that anchor, that guideline, that rock for them too. But then at the end of the day, it's their choice at the end of the day. What can they do?
Right. So let me give you a scenario. Say for instance you have some young people who really want to try to get some help. But then they have their parents who feel like, I don't want someone else trying to raise my kids or tell my kids what I've already tried to teach them. You know, what would you say to the parent? What would you say to the kid who has this parent that's holding them back?
Well, first of all, you got to be empathetic, not sympathetic.
But hold on. I mean, okay, go ahead and answer. Because that's not reason why some of these kids is, you know, being violent. So I don't want to just jump and just put it straight, you know, on the parent.
No, not
they play a part, but
they play a part. You got to be empathetic with it. And the reason I say empathetic because you're showing your concern, your value to what they feel, but at the same time you want to bring a solution to the empathy that you're bringing to them. Okay. So the thing is this: be empathetic with them. Let them know you understand the situation. Hard to know that you understand you've been doing this, that they've been doing this for so long. Can we try something different? Okay. Can we try another road that'll probably help them mentally?
And there's a lot of programs out here that have, and right now is that, and I want to talk about that. We're going to get back on that. I know, I guess since we on it, because Mike is actually on his way, you guys. That was our interruption, so we apologize.
That's cool.
For the interruption, but he's on his way now. I want us to finish talking about the violence, as it's important. We got a lot of real tea to get into. But I want to talk about, it's a lot of programs, that the government has implemented supposed to help us curb this violence. You understand? And they are spread it across each ward.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I am actually wearing my band from one of the programs. Right. Okay. That they are promoting living in peace instead of RIP. Okay, and I love that because we promote and we say RIP all the time, but we don't tell the kids you need to live in peace. Or how do you live in peace?
Right. That's what I was going to ask you.
You know what I'm saying?
How do we teach our people how to live in peace?
Or how do we, if we start asking questions to some young folks like
what's
that,
the problem?
To see, or how do you, so we can get where their mindset at.
Okay.
How do you live in peace? We don't know what their peace may be. Their peace may be just able to go home and be safe, eating a good meal, and eat. You know where we was going.
Right, yeah.
And eat. You get what I'm saying? So we need to tap into that too. And I'm going to invite a couple of them, that works in that program because the government, has a lot of money now for that program. So we can curb some of these fatalities that's happening right now.
So sis, this is what I would ask. I constantly ask this question when a lot of people say we put the problem out there. And then we say, everybody, we got to get together and create a solution. What would the solution look like in your eyes as a parent of someone who has raised your children, promoted them to go to college and did all that you can, worked your 9 to 5 and you're 8 to 10 and you're 6 to 12 to make sure that you did all that you could.
And sometimes nowhere.
Yeah,
and sometimes nowhere to be, but I was all involved in their life for not to be, so I can be able to be involved. You want my honest opinion?
Yes, that's why I asked.
Be involved. You need to be involved. You need to go to these today. Shout out to everybody that was at Rise Demonstration Center today. It was a crime summit that they had over there, and that's what I'm talking about. To see those parents in the audience that want to know the solutions, so I can make sure this is not my situation, or I can help my friend who did experience this situation.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of people that don't even about self. That's why I tried to say, that's why I wanted to make it clear that, yes, I am shouting my nephew, my little cousin out, but I feel that way with every young person that we lose in our city. When I first saw the stabbing about the young man, Mr. McNair, it broke my heart. Because I'm one of them parents where I was one of them parents that, be like, well, kids got to grow up. You got to let them get on the train and this and that. And now I'm a parent that feel like, hell no. If you got the means to drop them off and pick them up, drop them off and pick them up then so you can know they can make it back home safe.
So that's how I am. As everyone knows, that I have 2 adult sons. And my son had to go to work this morning.
Okay.
And I had to take my niece to school this morning.
Okay.
I took my niece to school, and something in my mind was just like, call him, see where he at.
Right.
I called him. He said, I just got to the train station. I said, come out. I said, did you already tap the card to get in? And he was like, no. Come outside, stand at the corner. I'm going to come pick you up. And he's 19 years old. And when he got in the car, he was like, dang, Ma, I had it. I can go to work on my own. Yeah, but I'm one of them parents that I got on the bus with my kids while they were in high school. Every morning, if I got to be late for work, I'm getting on the bus with my kids and I'm catching the bus with them.
Right.
And they're in high school. And it may seem weird, but that's just the type of parent I was. And I feel like I need to go above and beyond to make sure my kid is safe because I know how hard and how scary it is out here. But also I had to make sure my kids were covered.
I was about to say that because we can't, even though I said that, now I'm like, drop them off and pick them up. We can't always do that.
You
got parents that may got to be to work at 4, 5 o'clock or so. It's different scenarios.
Yeah.
I just want us I just want us all to be involved. Uncles, fathers, be involved in your young man's life, your son's life. Do things with them. Take them out. Take them to these classes. I'm gonna let you get it. Take them to these classes. Right now they have classes, you guys, that teach you your rights. What you're supposed to do when the police pull you over. And we need these type of classes because as you see, the police is killing our asses. Period. Okay? They're taking us out just for cause. Okay? For fun. So that's when you got to educate and you got to find out some of these things that's happening. A lot of this stuff don't be costing anything. That summit today didn't cost anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? To attend, not only attend, bring your children with you. Let them hear some of these stories about how it feels. Or right now, if y'all know, shout out also you guys to everybody that was at Anacostia High School they had a summit as well. And those youth, they spoke out. They tired. They tired. They made a list of demands. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Get together, listen to them as what they want to see happen, and the actions that we should take to try to make them happen.
Yeah, that's very, very deep. I'm also interject as well to elaborate on everything what y'all talking about. I have kids.
Okay.
I said before, teenagers at that. My 2 youngest ones are 11 and 10. But everybody else, I got 2 that graduated. I got 3 in high school right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm on them hard every day. And the funny thing is, you know, I'm a father and stepfather. I'm a father of all. I gotta. It starts with me. In my home, it starts with me as being the king of my house. My queen is there with me too, but it starts with me. And when I'm teaching my young men, when they see me, I'm an example for them. They know that okay, dad's not out here running the streets, ripping and running. He out here grinding. He out here working. He out here showing us to be men. When I come in that house, I'm teaching y'all to be responsible. If you step out somewhere, let me know where you're going. Communicate at all times. Keep your cell phone on.
They don't always do that. So that's matter of fact,
one thing.
we're going to stop right there.
Yeah.
Because we just got that situation as having us having young men still in the home, you know, and feeling as though they don't have to check. I'm not that type of parent. I really need to know, because even if something go down, I don't have a clue to even say anything. Right. We need to stop right there.
Well, my son, he don't watch this show and he don't listen. He don't have no means of listening. But I can say right now, I track his phone. And if it's moving too fast or going on too much, I'll call him and be like, hey, babe, what you doing? And one day I called him and he was like, he was on the train. And because it kept moving from spot to spot. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, and it's late at night. That's just the type of parent I am. And I just try to make sure that, you know, like I say, that I know where my kid is at all times. And if I don't, I get to worrying.
Shout out Nook. Well, I'm snitching because Nook need to download the other goddamn app so he can check out On China on The Real Spill with Miss China. So Nook, your mother is tracking your phone. We going to a commercial break, man. We be right back, you guys, with The Real Spill with Miss China. My special guest co-host will give us an inspirational piece today and spilling all the tea. I'm enjoying her and our DJ, my DJ Jay the Realest. We be right back. Shout out to all our DMV artists. We love you.
Yes.
Yeah. Loyal gang. What up, bitch? Run to the money, nigga, get a bag. Me and my niggas ball like the Jazz, but never in Fila, I do it for swag. Her acting bougie, so I gripped on the rags. Grand coupe, got a digital dash, and for the record, more I'm worth some cash. Stage down, paper came fast, but niggas know I keep my damn ass. Hop out the coupe like the Jack in the Box. Fiji water, ain't no dead pot. Don't jump in that water, you bound to drown. I'm a killer wheel, that ain't what killer shots. Moving pounds, be the talk of the town. Deuce turds, yeah, we holding it down. So press on the fifth, so it won't make a sound. Wish my nigga Lil Flea was around. Straight out the mug, get in blood. Only thing a nigga taking is slugs. Real respect that ain't connected with plugs. And them niggas always showing love. Redstone, tip the way that shaft. Back in this bitch like I never left. Fucked a lot of bitches down in West. I smell it, look like I be busting checks. Quick starter, foreign coops in the neighborhood. Love the neighborhood like Mr. Rogers. Roger that. Shout out to my men that robbed the trap. These niggas pussy like Tom the Cat. I swear on my block we don't lie no rats. I knew back when my gun was holding caps. We was the murder cat. I live by the code cause this shit is fact. Ain't no secrets, your ass can get murdered, Jack. Bitch, you know I'm a deuce in the second lap. Got my nigga B with me, that's rocks on racks. They say we be scamming, where they do that? Damn, I wish I can bring double back. Drama City, I put my heart in the streets, baby, before I heard Lucci call me, she wish me with. Mo, I ain't ducking no beef. If he wants some work, then I serve him like clientele. Straight from the valley of the beach, 20 seconds off, he's still 8 where that shit get real. Mission to eat, trying to get a deal. But forever, I'm floating my Glock scale. I can never be good to your fucking tail. In the city, my name rings just like some bills. Haven't sip, but I swear I be giving ill. The reason your bitch always screaming ills. Grind with a purpose, I make it double, just like a two-handed dribble. Yeah, niggas calling plays, feel like Tom Brady. How I be flying and miss. Life on the line, know some man how to kill you. I'm one of them kinds, so I ride with my fist. Niggas be bluffing like they get their issue or murder. I don't use my fingers to tissue. Slime, niggas be lying. Drama City with them killers be dying. Can't waste no time, but patience is fine. Type of nigga, take your bitch, make her mine. Shit can get ruthless, thank me for trying, that's gon' be his exit. If he show me a sign, I let Smith on West and take a chunk out his spine. Thought he found the pieces like he stepped on the mine. Drama City, niggas, the mixtape, niggas coming live. Boy, you bitch ass niggas, open your ears. Mike James on the beat, Loyal Gang TBE, rest in peace to fucking Big Benji, nigga. You know what's going on. He'll saying, yo, kicking my shit, I always do. These niggas might hear my voice for a minute, they thought I was a little washed up. I'm still in the motherfucking stew, bitch. Ain't shit changed.
Hey, Look, I ball out till I fall out. With a bad chick and my balls out. And the next day I might call out. Do it again till I'm all out. But you know that's unlikely. That's why they like me. And all the haters wanna fight me, cause they ladies wanna be wifey. I'm hype, babe, and I hype it. Best of forward in some Nikes. Looking all good in my white tee. Put a button up, but don't try me. Don't try me. I ain't the one. I'm enjoying the ride, one hell of a run. I'm slightly buzzed off the coke and rum. You can roll with me and come enjoy you some. See, I don't really have time for the fake. See me with them and you know that they real. Cute face and they coke bottle shake. Stand tall when they walk in the hills. On the grind and they need their own space. But when I call them, they know when the deal. They're not afraid to give me that face. Sex game that'll make you wanna kill. I say I'm checking cause they see me and I'm fresh. They roll with me, they feeling good and never stress. They know I give them what they need and nothing less. They know the kid gon' bring it better than the rest. They only like me cause they only like me cause they only like me cause I know that I'm the best. They only like me cause they only like me cause they only like me cause I know that I'm the best.
Bitches, this is my shit, I run the town now, bitches. All you rock chicks are some clowns now, bitches. I am Lundy, show respect, I got the crown now, bitches. What's up? What's up? Somebody tell me what's up? Yeah, what's up? They better crown me. What's up? What's up? Somebody tell me what's up? Yeah, what's up? They better crown me. What I said, I improve. Got bread on the move. Just me, my crew. Swear this shit is so ridiculous. The way I spit this shit, you bitches sick of it, but they don't even trip. I just get even with them. Watch the money flip like I be selling bricks. Be the fakest bitch, they try to dump me quick. The lowest from the fuck around and switch. Problems facing, but the money chasing and the thoughts that's raising got me throwing fits. Tell my mommy I'ma get it switch. I took a couple risks, I hit a couple licks. Double up to make my money flip for a couple floors and a couple whips. I get it. I can hear him talking from a mile away. Same bitch, I big dollars with a play fake. Sometimes I feel like I just want to go sing. I don't sweat shit, smoke kush, east pain. Mama know I'm gonna make it, and I swear to God, I'm like mom, I'ma take it. Imagine that feeling when I finally make it. This rap shit ain't easy, but I know I make it look easy. I'm greedy, I'm hungry for this. That's why I'm right here, be caught in this shit. Make sure my daughter acts hot to this shit. I'm in so deep, I'm straight burying it. Y'all just be rapping, they talking about nothing. These girls steady yapping like they gon' do something. I'm planning, I'm mapping out what I'm becoming. Once I started rapping, I knew I'd get money, and I'm gon' be salty and floating on all of these niggas. All of these bitches, you gon' be wishing and missing on all of them fix. Yes, all of them fix. Lundy the realest, her flow was the sickest. I told him I kill him, just give me a minute. I body these bitches, I body these niggas. I know you believe in my verses, my witness, and I be like, and I'ma kill him like, and I'ma kill him like, and they be screaming like, bow down, bitches. This is my shit, I bring it town now, bitches. All you rock chicks are some clowns now, bitches. I am Lundy, show respect, I got the crown now, bitches. What's up? What's up? Somebody tell me what's up? Now what's up? They better crown me. What's up? What's up? Somebody tell me what's up? Now what's up?
Constant God high, move the traffic. Dirty diamonds, dirty dancing. I'm done with giving dirty bitches chances. Lately I've been kinda eating fancy. You broke and I spend that shit no offenses. Fuck rap friends, all you niggas famous. TBE bitch, that's the gang. We don't fuck with lanes, no you can't hang. Constant God high, move the traffic. Dirty diamonds, dirty dancing. I'm done with giving dirty bitches chances. Lately I've been kinda eating fancy. You broke and I spend that shit no offenses. Fuck rap friends, all you niggas famous. TBE bitch, that's the gang. We don't fuck with lanes, no you can't hang.
Commas, hundreds on hundreds, born like the thunder. I can't see that bullshit like C1. First time sipping, lean, that shit took me under. She showed and thick just like Sakana. She got hellish swag, kinda Kiana. She a pretty little petite bitch like Tiana. Bad girl just like Rihanna. Plus, I come from the city of drama with niggas out here that try to rob your mama. So I told mama to get her a llama. My glizzy Jordan shoe and shot like a jumper. Keep niggas on, tryna Rick Ross me today. That he at me, that's when he lost. So I should be the ball shit. Doing everything but it close. Came home.
Squad boys, yeah, we the good guys. Chest poked out like a tough guy. Smoking on strong like Popeye. Cooking nigga ass like a Popeye. These niggas roll hot like hot fry. Ready to the plug at my five. Cup full of purple, that ain't wine. That's your bitch, that ain't mine. Treat a bad bitch like she not fine. My bitch the queen of the beehive. For a checker, I can be high. I don't know about you, but boy, I need mine. Most of these niggas is beehive. My life a movie, no rewind. For a checker, I can be high. Gotta get it, yeah, I need mine. For a checker, I can asshole. Anything to get the cash flow. Bad bitch and her asshole. Put my thumb all in her asshole. I try with a young nigga bankroll. I let it stack till it can't fold. Niggas is clowns like a red nose. Take your bitch, make her twerk like a red nose. If you ain't J1, you can't eat with us. I'm in the trap and my feet is up. Smoking on packy, I'll beat it up. Moving too fast, is you keeping up? On my way to the top, see me creeping up. Shaking high, feel it heating up. Just taking off, gotta speed it up. Squad boy, yeah, you can't be with us. Heard these niggas try to compete with us. What the fuck, you want some watermelon? Still riding around with some fellas. I can get you rapping, get you sent to heaven. School them boys, time to teach a lesson. Swag class, come and join the session. Treat a nigga like Mars, say get the stepping. I got flow like the bitch for Progressive.
With Miss China. We have a question. I want to send a special shout out to everybody that's watching, my Facebook family that's watching right now. So for my co-host, Miss Mika, we have a question from my Facebook family. And the question is, how can a parent ride the bus with their child every day if they work?
Okay, so like I said, I was able to ride the bus with my children every day. Like I said, my children are grown now. So you got to imagine this was maybe a few years ago. But I instilled that in my kids to let them know that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be right there. So I had a job working at DC government. And at the time, when I didn't have a car anymore, I changed my hours that I had to be work at 4:45. School opened up as early as 7:15 or 7:45. So what I did was I caught the bus with my kids to as far as I could.
That's not that question.
How did I catch? That's how I caught the bus.
No, he
with them.
said, because you said parents. Before we went
off,
and another thing to say like,
and another
parents
thing
should be right.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying. How can parents that do that work?
No, I didn't say parents should be. I would never tell anybody what they should be doing. What I did was, I explained what I feel like people can do.
Okay.
To be more involved with your kids. Okay. I'm from the South, so my views on a lot of stuff is a lot different. Maybe I should let that be known.
Okay.
I'm from Florida, so a lot of stuff that I say is my views on how I was raised.
Shout out to 305.
So
she's from Florida, but she been to damn DC for, man, please. Shout out to Florida though.
Yeah.
Ain't Florida. She's just DC.
But that's where my morals came from.
Exactly.
And what I believe in, 8 months to 80, blind, crippled, crazy, I will fuck my kids up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's exactly what I do. And my kids are grown.
Spiel.
You know, my kids are grown. Like out the house and got their own place. But my kids will tell you that what I did was I went to school with them if I needed to. There were points of times where I didn't have a job. So what I did.
Saying you're not answering the main question.
The main question.
How can a parent ride the bus every day?
I changed my hours.
That's you.
I changed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I did, I changed my hours. And there was a point in time that I had a dude that was a hustler. So what I did was I made sure he was the nigga that walked my kids to school every day while I was going to work. Because I ain't gonna be messing with somebody who can't help me. Because it takes a village to raise these little knuckleheads.
That's true. I mean,
so if you got people in your village who ain't helping you, then they ain't a part of your village.
I understand, but I do get what I get exactly what he's saying though. Everybody don't have that, as you know. Everybody don't have support.
I thank God that you know what? I thank God that I was in a position. What are they supposed to do? I thank God I was in a position where I could do that.
That was you.
Yeah.
So what about the parents that's not in it? That's the question.
So you need to start looking at your village. Start looking at the people around you. They not supporting you.
Everybody don't have a village. That's what
everybody does have a village. I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm gonna tell
you something.
That's not true.
Let me let you know something.
That's not true.
Somebody who is not from here, and I had to create everything and everybody around me.
Mm-hmm.
You create your village. You decide. Everybody who you give access to you have access to you. So if you got some people that got access to you but ain't helping you, and your village ain't, your situation ain't thriving and ain't growing, and you just stagnant, you got the wrong people connected to you. And that's just point blank, period.
No, I understand that, but like everybody is not like us people. A lot of people, I know people that really don't have no village. They don't have no people that.
Then they need to contact Miss Mika, and I'm gonna help them to find out who their support group is and how to get a support group.
Okay, well, there you go right there. How to get a support group.
I want to interject something too. I understand where you're coming from too, because my work schedule used to be early in the morning. Now, like I said, having teenagers, we gotta keep one thing in mind. Mm-hmm. When you have teenagers, we were once teenagers before too, and everybody who watching me right now, looking at me, know when you were once a teenager, you had your privacy if mom and your daddy was at work. I'm gonna keep it. I'm like, one thing my mom did when she was raising me, she kept it raw.
Okay.
She talked raw stuff. If she was at work, if I had girls out, you fucking some other girl? Mm-hmm. She talk raw.
And that's how I am
you
with
got your condom? My mom, to this day, she still like that.
Mm-hmm.
She talking that with her grandkids now. So.
Oh, I was about to say, not with you. You a married man.
Oh, yeah, no. It's a married man. I'm
talking
about teenagers.
Shout out to wifey.
Teenagers. Shout out to wife, my queen.
Shout out.
Hey, but no, I'm telling you, one thing about it you gotta keep in mind is kids, teenagers, they got that privacy. When they feel their mommy and daddy ain't home.
Wow.
Curiosity gets in their mindset. Temptation gets in their mindset. Let me try sneak, especially if you got boys. I'm gonna try to sneak a little ass over this joint so I can go in.
I have dealt with it.
Let me keep this 1,000. The girls same way. I'm gonna try to sneak my man's over, especially somebody she got a crush on. But see, one thing they don't realize is, like I told you before, as we spoke earlier, when China had to step out, we got to come harder with the heat. Like I said, the world is going to keep on flowing. It's going to get tougher. It's going to get rougher. You got to get rough and tough with it. Get your endurance up. Get your long suffering up. Because at the end of the day, it's too much technology here. Like you said, track the damn phones. Get them damn cameras in your damn house. I understand it's about Privacy Act and all this bullshit, but at the same time,
Privacy Act for who?
Privacy Act for who? I understand
when
all that.
When I pay the bill.
Right, when you pay the bills, your kids in the home see what they doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go and say, okay, why am I door unlocked? This person's gonna be here. You gonna walk home one day and hear somebody, hear some random girl shouting out to the top of the ceiling in your house, and they don't supposed to be there. Because first you're gonna do is stop like, what you doing in my home? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that when it come to us as being parents, it's a lot of people who don't realize that you got to get tough in this world. Stop being damn babies, man. Right. Toughen your ass up. Just like back in the day when you acted up, the belt came out. Belt was a different
hold on,
format.
you know that take us to a different subject, because you said like back in the day. Times is not like back in the day. Her neighbors is not whipping the next kid's ass. They're not even worried about nothing but their kid, their family, and that's why, to be honest, I love the way that I am. Even in my neighborhood, it's nothing but, hey, Miss China, and you know why that is? I demanded that. Oh, I don't care how young I look. I'm Christina's mom. It's Miss China.
Right.
You could be smoking, and you know what I appreciate? Like, they may put it behind their backs. They grow, them dang kids been doing whatever the hell they want to do. You know what I mean? Way even before I maybe even came around. They moves that shit.
Right.
Hey, Miss China is gonna say, you know, that's because I demand that, and I speak to them. I see them, and you know what? My son wrote me a letter, and he said that. I'm thinking, I'm so hard, and maybe that do come to a point where they appreciate that for real.
Right.
That was in his part in his letter, biggest day. I'm so glad you never tried to be my friend.
Right.
But I want to go back a little bit on what you said about the your job when you worked at a job, just real quick, because I just had a flashback of when my kids was younger. I was working a night job at the Washington Times. I really loved that job, you guys, okay? Because you know I'm a people's person. I was selling a newspaper. My kids, and then you know my personality. I love a lot of people. My neighbors love me. One of my neighbors, I came home one night, you guys. It was late. I got off about 11 o'clock. By the time I make it home, maybe 11:30 or so. You know, he told me, I've been seeing people come in your apartment, and I know you work late. You get what I'm saying? So I've been seeing people come in your apartment. So I'm like, wait a minute. So okay, so long story short, they have been letting the kids across the hall come all in the house. I don't know what they doing, you guys. I'm at work. They've been going over there across the hall with them. Not to mention, no disrespect, but maybe so disrespect, the parents and the house across the hall don't run shit like how over here, and I'm a single mom. I don't play that shit. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole lot. It is morals and values and all that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's different lives, different
Right.
different rules, a whole bunch of things. Long story short, I did have to quit that job.
Okay.
Only because at that time, I had a support system, but nobody was willing to watch my damn kids
at that time.
At that time. So for you, Wesley, I get what you're saying, but I get what Mika's saying too, as the parents that is able.
What was the
to
consequence
not to
for
work.
your kids?
I mean, I wasn't. Well, to be honest, I really feel like I don't know if it was a consequence. I mean, as far as me losing my job, we was struggling, but I never missed a goddamn thing that they was involved in.
And let me also
When
say
I
this
wasn't
too.
working and I left that job, I was able to participate. You know what I'm saying? I think it was maybe I wasn't supposed to be working at night, but I did have to make that move for my children in that
Let me
situation.
also say this too. You know what I'm saying? We could put the blame games on point the finger, but when it comes to broken families, broken homes, whether it's through divorce or some institutionalization from the government, all that, at the end of the day, parents still got to be the parents. Kids do have emotions. That's another thing we got to realize too. When mommy and daddy ain't there on a regular basis, or let's say somebody had an untimely passing or demise.
Right.
Kids are understanding when they get old, like, where's my dad at? They go to football games and they see kids with their parents. Keep in mind, like I said, black families need to tap onto that ADHD, ADD, that psychology stuff. There are people out here on a regular basis that need help. The help is here. The thing with us is, I'm gonna compare it. You go to a white neighborhood, somebody see they don't know, they call police just like that.
But don't compare that. We got all these Sally
No.
Sims that we can't even barbecue no goddamn
No.
more before getting called.
No, I'm going to
all
compare.
these Sally Sims.
Yeah,
All these Sallys. As soon as you pull up, you know, with all
Right.
and the rest of the names, Frankie,
Right.
Freaky, and whatever else.
Right. No, I feel you on that, but listen, let me get it out first before you comment.
You know I was coming.
Yeah, I know. The point I'm trying to make is, you go to Bethesda, it's different.
Real speed.
But you go to Bowie, it's different. But you go to Cap Heights, you got something different. Everybody knows somebody. The problem is that people think snitching is a bad thing.
Man.
So I'm
I
gonna
mean,
tell you.
hold on. Wait. You gonna have to hold. You know
Tell
that's
me
that we
again,
gonna know.
What is snitching? Tell me, please, what is snitching?
Yeah.
Because I'm not from this area, and what I think snitching
You want
is
the direct
is
definition
if
for DC.
Me and
Right.
you did something.
Right.
That's what snitching is. Me and you did something. I got caught. You didn't. I told on you. That's snitching.
Okay.
If I see something go on and I tell what's going on because I feel like that ain't right, that should be going on, that's not snitching.
That's not snitching. If it's for your community and stuff, you see something wrong.
That is not
in your
snitching.
I want
area,
that's the new definition that y'all are remaking.
Right.
That's what I'm got. No,
that's the real
listen.
definition of snitching.
Nah,
Listen what I'm saying.
See, the thing is,
For the city, for our city.
I don't know. I ain't
is what
from
I'm-
here. Like
and
I
that's
said,
why.
I ain't from
Okay.
here.
Let's stop saying that because you've been here for goddamn long.
I've been here
We're
for
gonna
a long
send your
time.
ass
Right.
to Desperate.
How long
I
have
would
you
like
been
to
here?
visit Florida.
How long have you been in
Right,
this
keep
I
on saying
came.
that.
I'm gonna tell you something. I used
Right.
to come here to visit for the
You
summer.
cut the shit out.
And I wanted to be grown.
She ain't
I
went
came
back to
here
Florida
for the,
yet.
Yeah, I came here for the Million Man March. I arrived the day after, and I never left.
So since '95.
Y'all heard that, y'all.
Yes.
We cracking
You
on
a
it.
DC
Hey,
baby.
y'all
You
hold
are
up.
better than
We
that.
cracking
That's
real
better.
quick on the real spill. Y'all heard Miss Mika. She said she came after the Million Man March, y'all.
Day
When we
after
had
the Million
a
Man
million
March.
men, and she ain't leave till after that.
I ain't never leave.
Yeah.
I ain't
Hey.
never leave.
You are an official DC
Look, y'all,
baby.
hold on while we look.
My morals and my standards are Southern.
Hey,
I
this
love
is the
my
real
Southern.
spill.
We
gonna
got
chop
a
up a
lot
little
of Southern hospitality here for the
Yes.
people that want to show it. The ones
Yeah,
that was
but
raised
that's what I'm
right.
saying.
You get what I'm saying?
They don't want to.
You
They don't want
wanna
to show it.
have
You know what I'm
this-
saying? I came from drug addict parents who taught me what a home was like.
Come on,
Right.
this real speed.
You know what I'm saying? I lived it for real, and my dad taught me what a man was.
Uh-huh.
He worked every day, and he was on his drug binge on the weekend. But he came back home on Monday, and he gave my mama rent, light, gas. He kept us in order, and he kept things in line. I grew up, we had a farm. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up a little different. I thought I was rich. I tell everybody this. I thought I was rich. Because we had a farm, and my mother worked at Wendy's. Her name is Winnie. So I thought that was our store. It was a lot that went on mentally for me.
the
So
Winnie's burgers,
you know what I'm
baby.
saying? For me, I grew up a little bit differently. There was a lot of structure. When I did get here, I got my
Yeah,
chin
we talking
checked.
about now since you've
I
been
got my
here
chin
and you've seen
checked
it there.
by
Okay.
everybody that was in
Yeah.
my community. My sisters made sure I went to school. They made sure I got up no matter how late. I would stay out until 6 in the morning with niggas at 15, 16
But
years
see,
old.
and that's- and I
when
wanna-
I
I wanna
got home
elaborate
at
on that.
6, my sisters would antagonize me. They would take my pager, whatever, unless I went to school. So I went to school.
And see, that's the thing right there. What you just said, you stayed up to 6 in the morning with niggas and did your thing like that, hung out, whatever you did extracurricular, you trained your kids that. Let's also keep something in mind. I'm a church going guy. I go to church. Now, one thing I am a firm
We
believer.
all are.
I'm a firm believer in the saying, you reap what you sow.
Amen.
Now, I can't judge everybody else, but what you went to everybody who listening, what you did in your past, remember, your fruits will do it too.
So let me tell you
is not
something.
no
My
game,
children,
you
I
guys.
only have one more child that is at home. Glory to God. But my 16-year-old, at 16, my adult
say
son
something extra.
who's out on his own took me through all of that. He been locked up. I done been down the court building millions of times. You know, I went through a lot. I experienced a lot as a parent. But I say that I kept them covered because I was a praying mama, because somebody was praying for me.
Right.
That's the only way I made it.
And that's what I'm going to say also. Yeah, you reap what you sow. But thank God for the prayers that you pray for and people praying for you that you do well. Not for those who want to see you do bad.
Right.
I'm mixing them out. Because everybody who pray for you ain't really praying for you.
That's right.
So
Go.
keep
And
that
that's
in
why
mind.
you can't allow
gotta be careful.
everybody to
Yeah,
pray
for you.
Right. Let me pray now.
Right, people want to pray for your downfall instead of your success.
Yeah, that's right,
So
that's
you got
right.
to keep something. I'm going to get back to the man. I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to go to the wayside. Let's stay on the track we're on. As I was saying, we do reap what we sow by planting the things we did not pass some of our kids do. Now, I can't always say that the result going to be the same result. We don't know what the result going to be. They may not go through the same path you went through.
Well, I feel like
They may be having a second chance. You never know. God may say, look, first of all, the generation curse is broken too.
Right.
Let's keep that in mind.
Right.
You ain't got to go through that same thing they went through. The point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, we do go through things, we do plant seeds, but the God we serve is a forgiving God. And you got to keep going on now. Also, to elaborate on some things, when it comes to raising your kids, as I said before, we got to get with the technology, people. We got to get with them. What's up, Mike? My man Mike DeAngelis came through the building, my brother.
All right.
What's up, family?
Can you finish your statement?
Yeah, my
we
family.
see they all saying
we have to get with the times. Not all of us isn't with the times. Some of us still with that traditional time, with the old-fashioned belt, take stuff away. But you still need to get with the technology too. We in 2019. We at the point where every cell phone is on 5G network, not 4G anymore. It's 5G. You got Wi-Fi. You got communication. Money is at an all-time high. You got economies getting now. People getting in stocks and bonds anyway now, whether through your job. So what I'm trying to say, you have the financial resources, or you may not. But there are programs to help you keep in touch with your kids.
Right.
You have to step out there and go get that. At the end of the day, another saying, faith without works is dead. If you put your trust in God, you gotta step out and get it.
So
too,
that takes me
time.
to my inspirational portion.
Right.
It takes me to what my topic is for that.
Yeah.
So what I do for those who don't know, I try to spread inspiration and information as much as possible. And I think that without purpose, you got to understand what purpose is and what the meaning of purpose is. And that sometimes we go through things. I'm like my birth mother died of AIDS, and when she was on her sick bed, I remember her saying,
That's how you
that,
going on the real.
why not? I remember her saying, "I got it, so you won't."
Right.
So that was her purpose. Her purpose was to have it so that I know not to never be in a situation where I can get it. And glory to God, out of all the things that I've done, I ain't never got it. So I think that everything has a purpose. And if you don't realize that what your purpose is, then you ain't growing. And there's never going to be any growth in your life. Sometimes these deaths that we go through, there's a purpose for this. Like I said, it better be.
I mean, not all the time.
And there's a Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or the next Obama coming out of all of this that's going on. It gotta be.
Okay.
There's gotta be a purpose for this.
Well, I mean, I feel like that sometimes. I don't feel like it's a purpose that our young men have to lose their lives, but I do feel like God is, I don't know, he takes some of them, like I said, out. My little cousin, his recent death has brought family members back together. So that's the only thing that I can say, that I'm not happy about him losing his life, or the way he did it, or on the block that he treasured and worshiped so much. But I do feel like what's going on now and how things, was transpired, that was done in somewhat of a way to get us back together as a family.
There's a purpose for everything.
I'm not saying it. That was, jump in there, Mike, if you want to. We talking about my little cousin losing his life, as well as all the people that you done brought in. You can jump right on in. I talked to you about. He'll be added on. I never, thought that, but Miss Mika was saying it's a purpose for our young men losing their lives. And I feel like, I don't feel like that, but some of them God takes to make things happen. Like I said, my little cousin's death has brought family that we haven't back together.
Right.
Like that.
Let me first and foremost say it's an honor to be around you beautiful queens today.
Yes.
Also, let me say what's up to my homie Jay the Realest, man.
What's up?
Let me get a respect of having the honor of knowing your folks' name who lost their life.
Lamont Johnson, King Lamont Johnson, rest in peace.
Lamont Johnson, rest in peace.
Rest in heaven.
It's something that's very detrimental. Gun violence and so many different things are detrimental to, the urban community. So just for him to be yet another name added to the list, yet another hashtag, it's something that, they're spiraling out of control. The crime is rising at an alarming rate. So what we got to do is inform each other off the each one teach one method on how to kind of say, okay, this is the path that you're going to go down based off the decisions that you're making. That's not pretty much handed down, like, the wrong teachings of what's able to be attracted by the eyesight. You feel me? And, we got to figure out a different way to deal with, an agree to disagree or having negative energy amongst each other. How can we open up the line of communication so these two people can put their differences to the side, converse, and sometimes it is eye for an eye, dog eat dog world, you feel me? But it's a lot of things that don't got to lead to that, and unfortunately it has. So all we can do is try to campaign and make progression in moments like that, you feel me?
Okay, I know I made you jump right on there, but first I want to say to you, welcome and thank you so very much to the Real Spill, Miss China, and my DJ Jay the Realest. I also, last week I had AP Fresh there, and I thanked him, and I have you here in the studio with the real interview. But like you said last time, the interview was it was beautiful. It did something to me and for me, and I just want to thank you again in person for that inspiration that you gave me.
Yeah, anytime. I mean, I feel like when I come across people that I respect they path of life and their energy, and we can get lost in the conversation. We got to come out of that conversation with something that we can take into the next conversation, no matter who we cross paths with. And I also learned a few things about you from you that I can also take into when I talk to schools and how I move and conduct my business and stuff like that. You feel me?
And right, I do feel you. So I want to jump on in. If you don't know, I would introduce Mr. Michael D'Angelo, known as I am Mike D'Angelo on Instagram. He gonna introduce himself. He gonna tell y'all a little bit about his, walk from Philly, about his journey with our topic today with violence in this city, losing our youth to violence. And I don't want him to be upset because this is not Hennessy. It is white. It's Patron, but we got nice big bottle for him to drink. So I just want to welcome him to the Real Spill and get him to, tell about his piece and jump on in. Introduce yourself, Mr. Mike D'Angelo. I appreciate you for being here on the Real Spill Radio.
Man, it's an honor and pleasure to be here. Chase your dreams. Don't follow them.
Yeah.
Don't be great. Be legendary. I am Mike D'Angelo. I come from the District of Columbia, the Northeast section, from a legendary neighborhood called Edgewood, EDGEWOOD.
Shout out Edgewood.
I love my section so much, I tatted it on my back and on my arm.
Northeast.
You feel me? I represent that strong community. My walk from Philadelphia.
First, tell them, how did you come about making a walk? What was the walk for?
Right.
If some people don't know your story about how that came about.
Well, my niece Micaiah Wilson, the daughter of Donetta Wilson and Michael Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that go. Just gun violence going crazy within the District of Columbia on a beautiful day. Clay Terrace, Northeast, gunshots rang off. My niece was affected by it. A bullet hit her in the back, ripped out her front. She lost her life. From that impactful moment of life as a whole within itself, it kind of took my life. I think it kind of took my life and just made me do a total left turn on Albuquerque. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of just went with the flow of going through that emotional roller coaster of already I was doing my concerts and giving the money directly to the families who lost their lives. as you see in the paintings, James Anthony Smith, Stormaya, Steven Slaughter, you feel me, Amir Brooks, Jasmine Light, you know, Jovan, so many kids that lost their life to gun violence or some type of act of violence that, you know, when they lose their life, they silence permanently, and I become their voice. I become a leader of pushing their legacy into tomorrow, so to help the kids of tomorrow become the adults, you know.
Mike, I don't mean to cut you off, but talk about that a little bit, because a lot of people don't know. We're going to get into it, because you know this the real spill, so I talk about your venting online and everything like that. But tell the people that may don't know about that. You doing them concerts, how it started off with you doing them concerts and artists and taking that money, giving it directly to without anybody in the city that was discussing or, I mean, knowing what you was doing or, tell the people about that, because I know all about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I don't really like taking credit for, you know, with God, actions of, like godly actions, I say. But it was something that I felt in my spirit to do, you feel me? It was like, man, how can I use my platform? I know it's people looking at me. They see the phenomenal things that I'm able to accomplish within the progression of my career as far as an artist and, you know, just using my platform to be the voice of my people and the reflection of, you know, my city. How can I take what I'm doing and say, hey, well, since everybody looking at Mike D'Angelo anyway, well, this is going on. Take your attention off me real quick and let's bring awareness to this. Let's bring awareness to that. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful in a moment of darkness, because I see certain people that have platforms that partnered with me, like from 3-0 Black, you know, just signed the deal. Fat Trail, free my dog, free Fat Trail, free Knucklehead.
Oh wow!
You feel what I'm saying? Like, these are people that's in tune with the community, in pursuit of their dreams, but they fall short of, you know, certain trials and tribulations in their life that they go through personally, that either leave them incarcerated or they just going through personal things. And I try to keep their legacy alive, and I plan to do that with kids. My main thing is that, you know, when I raise awareness to these things, it's at the point now, to me, to be honest with you, you cannot say that you don't see what's going on. The mayor, everybody.
Come on. This is the real spill, Mike, and spill that real shit. That's right.
So, I told myself this year, I'm not eating no humble pie no more.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it be known what it is. I went on Fox 5.
Come on.
Right before my walk, campaigning, and thank you to the beautiful family over at Fox 5 that always use their platform to help me shed light on what I want to shed light on as far as what I do. You feel me? So they welcomed me with open arms. Right before I go on Fox 5, the mayor was there. We in the same dressing room, mic'd up, everything. She goes on before me. My thing about it is, I took something that was detrimental to my city and took it around the world. I sacrificed my life, I sacrificed my health, I sacrificed my body, I sacrificed my platform, I sacrificed me being judged under the light of I'm human too. So in the midst of going through my trials and tribulations, going through trials, at the time you say keep it real spill, I was on the run.
Yeah.
I was literally on the run. When I did the walk, I had 7 warrants out for my arrest, for charges catching up to me and stuff like that. And what I don't do is I don't sugarcoat or hide nothing. I put that out into the public on my page too, because I'm showing you how to maneuver with it. So if you decide to get in the streets, you decide to, you know, use that walk of life or make, you know, use those things to make mistakes, right? Then you gotta have certain things lined up. You gotta have lawyer money. You better have some lawyer money. You better have a structured platform, family, and assembly line of people that's gonna handle your priorities and look over your priorities due to your demise or your incarceration. You feel me?
Mike, stay right there real quick. Let's stay right there real quick, because earlier we was talking about what's the definition of snitching. And you just said if somebody to do a whole bunch of different things, they need to be accountable basically of their own things, right?
Right.
What's your definition of snitching in our city?
Snitching is not tolerated by a certain walk of life. Let me tell you why. When you sign up to be in the streets, it comes with a protocol, certain guidelines and rules. Before you hop off that porch, you're supposed to have an OG or somebody that's going to put you in a game. You can't figure it out by yourself. You got to have somebody or higher up teach you the way of what's going to come with this. You either going to go to jail, you're going to lose your freedom, Everything that you thought you loved, you might lose that. You can't do this where you stay at. You can't trap out of where you live. You going back to your grandma's house. Don't be trying to get yourself.
Who's gonna
off
teach
the
these
hood.
kids that?
You feel me? But that's if you sign up to the streets. Now you can't sign up for the streets and get out there doing all this crazy stuff, and then when them consequences of being in the streets come, you start singing like Aretha Franklin. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, if you're a civilian, meaning that you in the ghetto, you didn't sign up to be in the streets. You just trying to make it out of there. And something was to happen where your freedom is on the line, then that's not snitching to me. You didn't sign up for none of those things.
That is facts.
Okay.
You feel me?
Well, how about this? This we talking as far as our violence. What we talking about? My little cousin Lamont Johnson murder is unsolved.
Yeah.
People know who did it.
Yeah.
Okay, they've seen him around and
But
things
you gotta
like that.
ask yourself,
So my
are they
thing
in the
is,
streets? The people that's not saying, are they in the streets themselves? Are they trapping?
I don't know.
hustling?
That's why I'm
Are they
asking you.
dealing
What
with
is the different, dynamic about snitching? Is some people,
It's a
you know,
if we don't figure out how to live amongst each other and love each other and not make that an option to do that with each other,
come on.
then all right. So listen, put it to you like this: Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Huey P. Newton, Sojourner Truth. These are Maya Angelou. These are certain people that fought against segregation. You feel me? Segregation. So we supposed to be all in one car going to one destination. We all can't be in the same car and going to different destinations. So if we got so many different people that's able to talk real shit and know how to put words together, right? Excuse my language.
No, you good.
But know
You
how
know
to
that.
tell
The
certain,
real spill, you know
real
the deal.
shit. You have to live within that. You feel me? You can't have different ways of doing one thing. You feel me? Because what it is you still giving people the opportunity to make a choice. Now, if they make a choice 9 times out of 10, they don't have nobody right there to tell them, okay, well, don't go. Death around the corner is right there, and I'm just coming from that corner. I know it's death right there. But if I walk past you and I see you walk into that corner, it's up to me to say something to you.
Right.
I know where this coming from. So if I'm just now coming out of prison, or if I'm just now coming out of a situation, even if I'm dealing with a female, and I know this female that I'm dealing with possibly been lining up dudes and negative energy and just running her mouth and always keeping somebody in her mouth, and then I see my brother or my homeboy dealing with her, that's not snitching to me. I'm gonna get up in my dog ear. Listen, be calm. Listen, I understand the path that you on. You about to go around that corner, bro. You a civilian to that situation because you didn't sign up for that.
And it's funny you say that. Let me
feel me.
It's funny you say that. You remember that movie? Okay. You saw the movie Notorious. How many times you see that movie? So many times.
I saw briefly of it. I wouldn't lie to you. I saw
Okay.
a little bit of it.
It's a scene where Pac and Biggie were friends before all this fiasco happened, right?
Yeah.
And they was out there chilling when Biggie dropped his first album. We can get back to the main situation. China. Hold on. And when Biggie called up Pac came up there and saw him. He was with 2 guys.
Yeah.
Biggie knew who they were.
Right.
The character. He said, and he told Pac, he said, watch the company you keep.
Right.
That's a prime example. What you trying to tell him?
Right.
What you saying?
How you think Pac felt in that situation?
Right.
He went in there with the mindset of feeling he was loved, he was
Yeah.
appreciated, he can trust. So when his trust was compromised, it's certain answers, certain guidelines. Just like if I was to come up here, if I'm walking down that hallway and somebody robbed me or assault me or something like that, and you seen this person up in this interview the whole time with a burn on them, talking about, man, that's all I do, robbing, and you telling me to come up here, I'm coming up here. I'm gonna get to him in a second.
Right.
I'm gonna get to him. But my first line of hey, listen, let me holler at you, not in front of everybody. Let me pull you to the side and holler at you, man. Hey, why you ain't tell me that was the type of energy that I was walking into?
Right.
Now, if you look at me and say, man, I ain't no snitch, I'm digging in your mouth. I'm digging in your face because you live in the wrong way.
That's right.
You live in the wrong way and not understanding the real right rules and guidelines and regulations could have cost me my life. You feel me? So that's a domino effect.
And that's like the conversation we had a while back on Instagram Live. Me and Mike, we talk a lot on a live when he out doing on his mission. I call him his mission.
Yeah, you did event with me.
Yeah, did an event with him. This was the big event for Nipsey Hussle we did on 4th and W.
Yeah.
I called him. This is how we met. I said I'm taking a chance to meet this young man because I was inspired by when he did his first walk.
Okay.
Over a year ago, and he walked in the 574s.
Yeah.
From DC to Philly. He was hurting. And the question I kept asking myself, I never got a chance to ask you. When your first run, your first walk from DC to Philly.
Right.
When you took your shoes off, what went through your brain? What did you think of? This is a good question. What was going through your mind after you took your shoes off, exhale, cracked your toes, no homos ever going on there, cracked your toes, and said, what went through your mindset through that whole process?
The first thing that went through my mind is that I kept my promise, I kept my word to my city and all these kids that lost their life and all these kids that can possibly lose their life. I kept my word. No matter how much I was hurting, no matter how many times I wanted to turn around, I kept my promise. I kept my promise to sacrifice and step outside of my comfort zone. I never did this. I didn't train for this. I didn't do none of this. I'm not an expert on none of this, but I kept my promise and I kept my word. That's the first thing that went through my mind. So I'm excited about that because what I proved to my people as a whole is that, man, he stood up for us and said he was gonna stand up for us. And
for the world.
And you feel me? So
for the world.
I'm like, yeah, let's get it in.
Yeah.
But as I took when I fully got my shoes off and I saw the damage on my feet, the pain that the human body goes to is mentally first. And pain is happiness leaving your body, to me. That's what pain is. Pain is something that you got engraved in you, leaving your body permanently. So I thought about, the pain that Ma'Khia went through, when that bullet hit her, losing her life, cannot be that of the pain that was in my feet.
Okay.
The pain of Rosa Parks and my Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman ain't had no GPS. She didn't have news coverage. She freed herself, freed some slaves, came back, did it again.
And again.
Without no GPS, you gotta mind you, she ain't had no GPS, she ain't had no news coverage, she ain't had none of that. So who am I to complain? My grandmother Rose Thomas, I got a tattoo on my face. You feel me?
See that?
She used to catch the D8, the G8, the D8, catch the bus, walk to work every day. Howard University Hospital from Edgewood to that. So it was times that I didn't want to go to school. She made me walk from Edgewood to Shaw Junior High School. You feel me? Like, nah, you don't got no bus tokens. You don't got, man, you better walk to school if I can get out of here and walk. So I feel like these little things was training to me. And then, rest his soul, my Uncle Ronnie. My Uncle Ronnie hitchhiked from Texas to Washington, D.C. That's something as a kid, we was like, man, you crazy.
Right.
But that strength, that's in my DNA. You feel me? And it ain't gonna stop there. So I just thought about the Ma'Khias and so many others. You feel me?
All right. Well, we want to take a quick commercial break, you guys. We got Mr. Mike D'Angelo in the building. Yes. We gonna play while I got him in the building from a fellow artist to another artist who didn't get an opportunity to see the family pushing his mixtape and the support and everything. Rest in peace, King L. Johnson. Intro, please.
Go ahead, do your thing.
All right. We'll be right back on The Real Spill with Mike D'Angelo, DJ J the Realest, and Mika with her inspirational piece. Intro.
Yeah. Lawyer gang, nigga. Gang. What up, Benji? No. Hey, Run to the money, nigga, get a bag. Man, my niggas ball like the Jazz, but never in Fila, I do it for swag. Her acting bougie, so I gripped on the rags. Grand Coupe, got a digital dash, and for the record, more I'm worth some cash. Stage down, paper came fast, but niggas know I keep my damn ass. Hop out the coupe like the Jack in the Box. Fiji water, ain't no dead pop. Don't jump in that water, you bound to drown. I'm a killer wheel, that ain't what killer shots. Moving pounds, be the talk of the town. Deuce turds, yeah, we holding it down. So press on the fifth, so it won't make a sound. Wish my nigga Lil Fleet was around. Straight out the mug, get in blood. Only thing a nigga taking is slugs. Real respect that ain't connected with plugs. And them niggas always showing love. Redstone, tip the weight and shaft. Back in this bitch like I never left. Fucked a lot of bitches down in West. I smell it, look like I be busting checks. Quick to stop, foreign coops in the neighborhood. Love the neighborhood like Mr. Rogers. Roger that. Shout out to my men that robbed the trap. These niggas pussy like Tom the Cat. I swear on my block we don't lie no rats. I knew back when my gun was holding caps. We was the murder cat. I live by the code cause this shit is fact. Ain't no secrets, your ass can get murdered, Jack. Bitch, you know I'm a deuce in the second lap. Got my nigga B with me, that's rocks on racks. They say we be scamming, where they do that? Damn, I wish I can bring double back. Drama City, I put my heart in the streets, baby, before I heard Lucci call me, she wish me well. Mo, I ain't ducking no beef. If he wants some work, then I serve him like clientele. Straight from the valley of the beach, 20 seconds southeast, Lord 8, where that shit get real. Mission to eat, trying to get a deal. But forever, I'm floating my Glock scale. I can never be good to your fucking tail. In the city, my name ring just like some bells. Haven't sip, but I swear I be giving ill. The reason your bitch always screaming ills. Rhyme with a purpose, I make it double, just like a two-handed dribble. Yeah, niggas calling plays, feel like Tom Brady. How I be firing that missile. Life on the line, no some man that'll kill you. I'm one of them kinds, so I ride with my fist. Niggas be bluffing like they get their issue or murder. I don't use my fingers as tissue. Slime, niggas be lying. Drama city where them killers be dying. Can't waste no time, but patience is fine. Type of nigga, take your bitch, make her mine. Shit can get ruthless, thank me for trying, that's gon' be his exit. If he show me a sign, I let Smith from West and take a chunk out his spine. Body found the pieces like he stepped on the mine. Drama city, niggas, the mixtape, niggas coming live. Boy, you bitch ass niggas, open your ears. Mike James on the beat, Loyal Gang TBE, rest in peace to fucking Big Benji, nigga. You know what's going on. He'll sing y'all, kicking my shit, I always do. Niggas still, these niggas might hear my voice hold on minutes, they thought I was a little washed up. I'm still in the motherfucking stew, bitch. Ain't shit changed. Ward 8. Free fleet.
He was fighting for a better nation. He was out here teaching education. How to come up from the bottom, showing levitation. Elevation, then the pussy niggas started hating. Ran up on him, sent him to his final destination. From the 60s, blue rag for his declaration. Gamble for a couple thousand, it was recreation. Gotta learn to stick together with no separation. That's all he ever really wanted, dying declaration. I really feel I got an obligation. Help my people get a job, get an occupation. No matter what, we never compromise our operation. I'm just preaching to my people, we a congregation. Amen. I wish some killers, they hit you with no hesitation. Lord, to me, they don't even need an explanation. Pull up on you when they steady waiting. Put their hands in the glove like they looking for a registration. I'm from the district, yeah, this the home of inauguration. Crooked politicians and president causing complications. This the home where the bullets watch for the confrontation. We say Slim Joe Mo when we having conversations. They try and watch away a generation. You better watch for the infiltration. Stop giving information. Leaders lead by demonstration. Teach our kids about real estate. Learn about renovation. I feel the government trying to trick me. I feel the government trying to pit me. They really trying to lynch me. Look to the sky when I'm talking to Nipsey. Sometimes I cry when I'm talking to Nipsey. Wish you was still with me. Moment of silence. You can see me running out of patience. I just really want retaliation. Really think I'm about to side with Satan. Want the internet and police making allegations. We need answers and we tired of waiting. Gotta make a statement. What the fuck with you? Congratulations. Nominated for a Grammy, but fuck them, don't need their validation. Went and play a song in no station. Took for that man to die for y'all to put a song in rotation. Shit hurt, got my soul aching. Shit hurt, got my soul shaking. Touch the whole nation. You was making donations, giving back to your community to lift them up. Flotation. I'm from a city of shattered dreams. I'm from a city of troubled teens. I'm from a city of scattered feet. I'm from a city that do you like Malcolm X? Do you like Dr. King? We gotta do better than this. We gotta do better for Nip. He'll forever be missed. Listen close when I'm telling you this. It shouldn't take a man's murder for us to come together like this. I think about what they did to Micaiah. James Anthony Smith stole Maya. Go to war with the devil, I never get tired. I'm standing right in the heart of the fire.
Rest in peace, Stephen Slaughter. Ebony Franklin. Greg McBride. Amir Brooks. Lord J. Block, I ain't forget about you, rest in peace. Kenyatta Stanley. Long live Nipsey Hussle. You been something to the world. I'm just so blessed and thankful that I got these memories that we shared to hold on to. You feel me? I never let your legacy die. Prayers go out to the Marathon family, All Money In family. Be legendary. Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
And to the whole Marathon family, the whole Marathon store, clothing company, All Money In family and all that. I was honored to not only have priceless moments with Nipsey and a lot of them over there, but his legacy shining on, so that's why I did it. Be legendary.
Let me hear some. Wait, Nipsey. You got Nipsey on it? Yeah, let me hear that. All right, so we got you. I want you to jump in real quick. You talked about your walk a little bit. I want you to show the people. You already named them. You know them by names. I want you to show them the board. But while I have you, I watch you, and you touch just a tiny bit on it. But come on, it's the real spill. Tell me about you and this Vincent. Because before you came on, we was talking about a lot of different programs and companies that's supposed to help cure the violence. That's working to help cure the violence in our streets. They're being, paid by the city. Right. I'm familiar with one that I really. And the only reason why I say that because I love their slogan as far as not RIP, LIP. They promoting living in peace and not resting in peace. Yeah. But let's speak on some of these ones that's out here, but steady, our numbers is steady rising. Because like I said before you showed up, Mike, right now today we have 146 homicides that has occurred in our city.
All right, let me ask you this. Out of that 146, how many of them have been publicized and made a big deal? Think about that. How many can you name? Can you name five of them on your finger?
I can't name 5. I can name about 2 recently, because one was on the Metro.
Right.
And
you know the name of the person?
McNair. Y'all know the first name? Shout out his family. McNair. No, it was a young man named McNair.
Out of 1 to 100, how sure are you of that? Of the name?
Oh, I'm positive in the name. I should have put the right. I'm positive in the name. What's the name? McNair.
What's the name? First and last name.
It's not John. It's not
first and last.
Google is something else. I feel bad because
the point I'm making. The reason why Ma'Khia Wilson name is remembered because not only myself, her mother, her father, a few other beautiful people as far as her sister. People forgetting that her sister was shot as well that same day and thrown in jail. She was thrown in jail from a warrant in VA. She got shot and was thrown in jail. You feel me? Lost her sister. So I feel like city officials and stuff like that, and there's some of them out there that's out there like campaigning. You got people like Jimmy Black. You got Trayon White. You feel me? You got McDuffie. You feel what I'm saying? You got so many beautiful people out here that's out here campaigning in their own unique, special way to raise awareness. But we got to figure out, all of us have to figure out how to do this as a whole. You feel what I'm saying? Yes. As one, to make sure.
And no competing.
No competing.
No, because
you got to get that out your
doing it. Yeah, come on, talk about that.
Your system.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's been instances where people try to, criticize me on the way I do things, and I'll be like, well,
yeah, that's right.
God won't take you to it and not take you through it.
Say it again.
God won't take you to it and not take you through it.
Say it one more time, Mike.
God won't take you to it and not take you through it. So I say that to say that I was sent here on this earth to be nothing short of the best me. Purpose. You feel me? This is my purpose. This is my divine purpose. I'm gonna use my God-given talent and do what I need to do to bring awareness to it. If you don't like it, then you do something about it, about what's happening into your community. Don't speak my name out your mouth. Speak these kids' names out your mouth that's losing their life. And then come look me in my eyes, a man or a woman, and have an agree to disagree with me, and I guarantee you I'm gonna break you down. I'm gonna chop you down. I'm gonna make sure we leave out of that conversation with a mutual respect. You feel me? You gotta really, like, pretty much can't nobody really say nothing to me. You gotta get out here and walk. Put the miles in. Put the time in. I've been doing this way before people even thought it was cool.
I want to give you a special shout out too, because I was going to try to surprise you the other day, but this is worldwide, but I got a bad memory for real. But what you did the other day with the school, not only that you invited, excuse me, your Instagram, I don't know how many people, you tell the people how many followers you got.
Come on now, 30,000.
Okay, so 30,000 followers that you have on Instagram, you invited, and I'm saying from the people in the city, to come on and join you.
Come on.
You didn't just say, I'm gonna be here and this is what I'm doing. Even if you did that would have been okay to me, because I know what you do.
If I was giving out something for free.
Come on.
If I was giving out shoes, if I was giving out money, if I was giving out anything, something for free of benefit
Come on, Mike.
Man, I done seen it.
Come on, Mike.
I done it for my city. I've done it. All this, anything that I'm saying is, you can Google it. You can look in the newspapers, front page of the newspapers, World Star, Shade Room, all this other crazy stuff. You feel me? It's there. We gotta start taking these kids' lives and showing them that they are just as important. They just as imperative as them pair of Jordans that you willing to post on your Instagram. They just as imperative as taking a little bit of time out your day to say, hey man, it's like 6 schools in my jurisdiction. Let me at least stop up in there. I got a little name for myself. Let me stop in there and let them know, like, hey, listen, the way that I got here wasn't easy.
Come on, man.
But some of the things that I had to bob and weave and duck and maneuver, I want to see you not have to make those things a decision to make available for yourself to get out of here. You feel me?
Yeah.
If we all pulling each other to help each other get out of here, eventually there's going to be no more crabs in the barrel.
That's loving on our people now, which is my purpose. But before we get to Sister Inspiration piece, I want you to tell the people real quick that purpose. You said you're for purpose. You did that walk for a purpose, which was violence. You know, about our violence in our city and you losing your niece as senselessly as it was.
Yeah.
You wore a pair New Balance when you did that walk. Come on, tell me how that reached New Balance and tell me about them badass shoes I'm trying to get with each one of those names and how that. No, I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all know I don't wear tennis shoes, but I can't do nothing but give you one of these.
Yeah.
Tell the people how that came about, that whole little process, because the shoes is there.
How the fuck New Balance don't got me on the website for doing something so iconic twice?
Right.
Real spill, because I don't know nothing about that, Mike. Come on, Mike.
My niece, not only was my niece killed in a pair of New Balances, that's when the Pukaya wore. That's why I wear them. She was killed in New Balance. As I did my walk, it was another kid that was killed in a pair of New Balances. As soon as I arrived in Philadelphia, I can't make this up.
Oh, you said it. Okay, I didn't know about the killer, but I didn't know
somebody else got killed in a pair of New Balances as a kid, right? Right? You feel me? Now, put it to you like this. I went on Fox 5 right before my walk. Remember I said that?
Yes.
Who was on Fox 5 with me?
The representative for the New Balance, the guy that made the shoes, right? Was he the one that made the shoes?
No, me and JR Kicks partnered up. That's a self-owned.
Shout him out, please.
JR Kicks, my dog Breon. Shout out to the whole family.
Shout out.
Right?
Okay.
My thing that I wanted to do with this walk, I gave New Balances the opportunity, reached out so many times. I did all that. Okay. Right?
Somebody tag New Balance.
I wanted the shoes to forget me.
Right.
Let's take the proceeds of these shoes. That's the number one. Let's set the record straight. New Balances was started here.
Hello.
Say it again.
Hello.
Say it again.
started New Balance.
Hello.
I say that. I say that in my.
You know
rhymes.
you're gonna get us beef with Philly, whoever they say they started.
Bull crap. It ain't even about that because I function there. I got respect there.
Okay.
With legends there.
Okay.
I say, let's set the record straight. New Balances was started here.
Right.
Okay.
My city legendary, Puffy with the college here.
Yes.
I'm from a city where killers pull up and shoot teens. New Balances hanging by the wires on the shoestrings.
Yep.
Gunshots, you can hear the sounds of the youth screams. Straight bullets can kill a hoop dream. They took Jasmine Light, took my sister Doya. They killed Makai and Wilson and Steven Slaughter. That's not no boss, that's facts.
Right.
I've made it public around the world that I took a walk in your shoes that almost let me lose my life. And you not trying to show that to the world, and we probably one of y'all most biggest consumers of your shoe. That's our identity of our shoe. So how don't you have at least Mike D'Angelo's message going across the world? So you had DJ 24. Shout out to DJ 24.
Shout out DJ 24.
And he came up there in representation of New Balance. But what I'm saying to them is, I'm not gonna bite my tongue or filter nothing. We got to do better. How is it that this has not been gone viral across the world for the kids? Not me. But how can you come out with a limited edition, stop the violence, put the guns down, be a part of these events, funding these events, putting these programs in schools for kids to receive information, be entrepreneurs, learn how to manufacture, make your shoes in factories, buy a part, have ownership within these companies and these entities that you partner with. How can we do that? I done did my part twice. Come on now. And I'm going to do it again next year. And next year,
you know
it got
what bothers
bigger.
me? Is that I was a part of, I was there when there was a part of that my Adidas movement.
Yeah, right.
And with Ron DMC.
Right.
And I remember that. I remember being a little kid and my mom explaining to me how Ron DMC got all this money because of this song. Right. I think that we need to speak up. We need to say something. Yeah. Somebody needs to be linking. Somebody with all this social media going on, y'all need to be tagging somebody.
Well, we got that's done deal after the day.
Can I say this? Can I say this?
Come on, it's real spill. You already
real
know
spill, right?
Come on,
say it one more time for me.
This is the real spill where we spill nothing but that real ish.
I honestly feel like I stood up for my city and I protected and I made my city go across this country. I put it on my back. I stood up for my city and my city ain't standing up for me.
You know what? Ho.
Say it again.
No. But even with that being said, Mike, you doing your purpose. Yeah. Even with the city, because guess what? We got family members don't stand up for us. Wow. Don't support us. Don't do the things they're supposed to do.
You can't use that as an excuse. You say don't mute DC. You say don't mute DC Go. Any footage or hashtag you want to see hundreds of people.
Okay, come on. Come on. You spilling some real shit.
So how when you got all them people in your crowd, in your audience, we don't have no moment of silence, no nothing to sit there and shed light on none of this.
Wow.
On a big, why is it not that? Wow. As a whole, if we say don't mute DC Go, we're gonna fight for our culture, the sound of our culture. We gotta do that.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But look at the pioneers. We got Big G. We got TCB.
Regina Hall.
We got Regina. Come on, we got so many people. KK, all these people. These are people that's out here campaigning and shows you that you can live your dreams. Like, so you got to give them their respect. You got to give them their salute. Yeah. But we also got to use our platforms to say, you know what?
The real spill. Because this is a platform that's what we spilling nothing but this stuff that they don't talk about. They don't want to talk about. They're not shedding light on, like Mike said. And so that's why I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And I fuck with you because you do nothing but keep it real.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it
all day, and that's what we doing. So look, keep you. We got Mike D'Angelo. Hold fast. We need to talk about purpose. We got my sister Miss Mika going to do her inspirational piece right here, you guys. Before we kick it with Mike D'Angelo a little bit more.
And on my ride here, I didn't know what I was gonna talk about. You know what I mean? And how I was gonna allow what I needed to say to intertwine with what's going on. But I'm a firm believer that everything has a purpose. And everything, for one, all the believers understand that everything works for the good of God. So as all of my followers and all those who know who I am, they know that they're going to get a little piece of the Bible here and there. So I hope that you don't mind. But I hope you understand that, even in Romans, it says that we all have a purpose and we all know things that work for the good of God who has a purpose. So I want y'all to understand there's a Greek word called syngrero. That's going to be our word from the week. Every week that you listen to me, you're going to get a word for the week. So syngrero means to collaborate and to have purpose and to help work with. So everything works to good for those who are believers. Everything that you're going through, everything has a purpose. Everything has a rhyme to a reason. I know that some people be like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand. But trust and believe 3 months from now, 6 months from now, we're going to look back on everything that's going on and understand that there was a purpose. So way back, even back in the times of Genesis, when time first begun, there was a purpose for everything. All the killing that's going on, even from us being slaves, we brought up so many people who were there to fight the battle for us or to help us understand what the battle looks like. Like he said before, we got Sojourner Truth. So everything that her ancestors went through, there was a purpose for that. Even with me, I tell people, with me not being from this city, my roots are Indian. You know what I'm saying? And there was a purpose for the things that my forefathers went through, because that's what gave me my strength. So everything they went through, that was they gave me a purpose to keep striving, to keep going forward. Everything that Mike D'Angelo is going through, from the time that he was even formed in his mother's womb, everything that he's seen was for a purpose. Everything that he's just from being able to have family in Philly and to know people in Philly, to even create that walk, to put DC on the map.
Yeah, shout out
we
to
needed
Chief.
somebody like you. Even with Miss China, there's a purpose for what she's doing, what she does on a 9 to 5, where she speaks out for all of those mothers who don't have a voice to say or don't know what to say. She has a purpose, not just this radio show, but her regular 9 to 5, because she's trying to stop the violence, and not just stop the violence in this city, but let everybody understand that this violence is not going to be for nothing. It's not going to be for nothing. You're going to get some young people that's going to come out and they're going to speak their minds. They're going to say how they feel and the things that they've experienced from having to bury their friends. Even from our DJ right here, everything he's gone through from being a father of not just young people, but older people too. Everything he's experienced right now is for a purpose, so that he can teach his kids, not just his daughters, but his sons, what it's like to work. And so everybody under the sound of my voice, I hope you understand that your life has a purpose. So when we out here and we decide to take somebody else's life, we're taking away a purpose.
Come on now.
Who gonna fill them shoes? Who gonna be in the place of somebody to really speak the truth and say what it is? Because you're taking the lives of those who can speak up for you. Speak up for those who don't have a voice. We're taking away some dynamic young men and women.
We've been listening to them all day.
The next mayor of D.C., the next mayor of Maryland, the next mayor of Virginia. Somebody can change some things in our lives.
Come on now.
So I want y'all to know, all of the parents who are grieving, under the sound of my voice, my heart cries out for you. But there's a purpose for what you're going through, because you're going to be strong enough to teach the next parent who has to bury their child how to do this.
And even if you're not, you have all of our support, because everybody is not strong enough.
And I hope that everybody that's listening and tuning in, I thank God for you all, because you're going to spread what we've said tonight. And I understand that China definitely has a purpose over her life. And I speak nothing but excitement and joy into her. Because with all this violence, my sister deals with a lot. We're trying to just tune in and try to tell everybody else what's going on with the stuff that we don't even know about. Because like if a parent like me, I ain't got cable, so I don't watch TV on the regular. My sister calls me every morning with another death, another person that's been locked up, another person that's missing. Y'all, we gotta stick together. It takes a community to raise your child. It takes a village. Y'all stop being scared of your village. This is Miss Mika, and I hope that something I said or done has planted a seed in your life, and that you go on with your purpose.
Oh man, amen. We thank you so much for that. That was awesome, man. That was much needed, Special shout out to all the moms that's grieving right now in our city that lost a loved one. Before we end this program, I want Mike D'Angelo, if he can, say a message to these mothers that's hurting, a message to my cousin Carmel Johnson, who's hurting, that was her firstborn son, her only son, and they was like this. He had only been home for maybe 6 months at the most. This year was their first birthday, her being able to spend with him from 7 years.
Right.
And he's gone now. So not just to her, but all the moms, Mr. McNair mom, Mr. Better mom, Simmons, Johnson, both of the Johnsons, everybody I named earlier. Just a message to them and some type of inspiration for them and our whole city and these young youth out here.
Yeah. I can only talk about my first-hand experiences.
Come on.
So Greg McBride lost his life in CHV, Uptown, in the danger zone. His mother, Roshika, Miss Roshika,
okay.
You feel me? You can follow on her page, Miss Heavenly Taste.
Oh yes, yes.
That's Greg McBride's mother. She stayed right across the hall from me in CHV. So I was literally in the window, writing a song called Window Pane, not even knowing that Greg was about to get killed outside my window. I heard the gunshots go off. I heard her screaming. I've been campaigning for her and Greg ever since. Greg McBride have his own shoe through my partnership with JR Kicks Legacies. They are a black-owned sneaker company from Chester, PA.
Do you think you can get them? Can we get them on the real spill so we can spill all that?
I got you. I also deal with a lot of other mothers, from Pam Brooks, Amir Brooks' mother.
And rest in peace.
These are certain mothers that I've dealt with firsthand. Even my sister, Donetta. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
What I can say is, where do I start? But
from your heart, Mike.
You got to think about it. Women are so strong. They're so beautiful. They're so massive. They so seasoned and polished when they become so strong to the point where they have to face a situation where a human that they carry for 9 months you know, going through changes and seeing it snatched out of the world, a part of them is gone forever. You feel me?
Yeah.
Before you squeeze that trigger, before you pick up that gun, understand that you took the life of a brother, a mother's son, more than one. Life is ended. He's dead and you want to run. Now his mother stuck with a funeral that she can't even fund. That's all I got to say. Think about when you squeeze that trigger, the domino effect that it's going to hurt.
There you go.
That person might come around, that karma, that domino chip might come around back in the circle. She might be a friend of a friend that might be a friend of your mother.
Come on, you man.
You feel me?
Or been in your house before, been sitting in there with your mother and been buddies.
They nephews and cousins might go to the same grocery store, same school that you go to. So we all family under God's roof. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm like all holier than thou and stuff like that. I'm just saying like.
Man, it ain't about that.
Just think about it, man. I pray. I hope that we don't have to keep going through this.
Thank you.
But understanding that a walk from Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia not going to stop gun violence.
Come on, Mike.
It's only going to bring awareness to it.
Come on, Mike.
It's $1 trillion industry, $1 trillion business, so we got to talk to the NRA. Okay, we got to talk to the NRA and stuff like that. And, you know, just pretty much police our own communities. Get active in your communities. It don't hurt to knock on the door.
Come on.
If it's 10 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and you see kids out there ripping and running and playing in the streets.
Come on.
It ain't going to hurt you to say, go the fuck up in the house.
Come
it's
on.
a school night. Ain't nothing good out here. You feel me?
Come on, Mike.
Let's protect them so they can go into tomorrow without feeling the effects of your mistakes of today. You feel me?
That's the real thing.
I pray for all the families. Maurice Scott, come on now. Maurice Scott.
Yeah, get this real quick before
you feel me, Maurice Scott?
Name all of these right here. I'm going to add the names that I did right now.
All right, Stormaya, she was found.
Yeah, before we get up.
All right, Stormaya, she was found dead in her school. You feel me? Steven Slaughter was hit by a stray bullet. Amir Brooks was killed by an off-duty police officer. You feel me? No chase Amir Brooks.
That's right. Shout out to Miss Payne.
James Anthony Smith was killed for a pair of Jordans. You feel me? In the Southeast community. Jasmine Light was hit by a stray bullet. You feel what I'm saying? And at the bottom, Jovan, he was killed in Ballou. Killed at Ballou. He was a student at Ballou. He got killed because he didn't want to share his cell phone. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. And there's so many others. Maurice Scott was just hit by stray bullets. Karan Brown. You feel me?
Lamar
the list goes on. Lamar come on, man. There's so many of them. Kenyatta Stanley was killed in my neighborhood of Edgewood, hit by a stray bullet, you know, years ago. So
Thomas Johnson this year, Shaquille Simmons this year, Kevin Butler this year, Jaquan McNair. I'm sorry I had your name wrong, but I'm sending a special love and shout out to all y'all moms that experienced our love.
But rest in peace to all the lives. I put a special, you know, special artist, man. She's so dope, named Yoshi.
Yes.
From here, but she was by way of Atlanta. She got a record, got it to DJ Realist.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna close the show out with her. But I want you to tell all the people where to find you at all your social media platforms and you know how they can keep in contact and tune with all the great things that you're doing.
You can follow me via Instagram. I am. It's me. Yeah, I'm him. IAM _ Mike D'Angelo. Capital MIKED. Don't forget the apostrophe ANGELO. _ I am Mike D'Angelo. Put the underscores in between, in the middle and at the end, and you'll find me right there. You gonna hop right up on my legacy. Understand that when you see my page, it's gonna instantly get you inspired before you expire. You feel me?
Yes, indeed.
Step into my world and let's get it. Be legendary. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mike. And Miss Mika, can you tell the people how they can find you? I appreciate. Thank you so much for your inspirational piece today.
Well, for those who know me before I gave my life to crisis, you know,
and ask for all that. Tell the people where to find you.
Because she walks around like, so they understand why she walks around like, because she got an S on her chest.
That's
but
right.
you can catch me on She Walks Around Like on Instagram or Superbad on Facebook.
All righty. We enjoyed you. And DJ J the Realist.
Hey, once again, it's the awesome show. Big shout out to my two guests, Mike D'Angelo, my brother, and Yoshi in the building. And I have, I'm my name's
Jay, tell the people where to find you.
I apologize.
That's it.
She always getting on me.
Yeah.
That's called sister love.
Come on, man.
Find me all social media platforms at DJ _ JAYDAREALIST. That's for Jay the Realist, you know what I'm saying? And big love to my girl, my homegirl, my sister, Miss China. in the building.
And you can find me, Miss China, you know, at China Blessed by the Best on Facebook, you guys. You can catch me on Instagram at Miss.Far from Basic, because ain't nothing basic about this chick right here. And make sure y'all keep on supporting and tuning in to The Real Spill with Miss China, where we spill nothing but that real ish. I thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. Remember, my piece, y'all, is love on your people now, man. Okay? We
Legendary.
out. Legendary. Be legendary. Yeah. We ended it with Miss Yoshi. Yeah. All right? We out. Take them home. Rest in peace to all the people that we lost this year, man. I love y'all. Family.